Since I might as well get into it. So, the Apollo had on Adam22, and I thought it was fake. I thought that was fake news. I thought that shit was AI. Um, I didn't think Mackwop had it in him. And for those of you that are unaware about what I'm speaking of, I'm speaking about the FMW universe. Shout outs to FMW. Shout outs to Ace Boys Worldwide. Ace Pit, stand it up. But the Apollo decided to not Apollo. Let me rephrase that because every report that I'm hearing, it was 100% Mackwop. Mackwop decided to bring on. I mean, at this point, he should be one of LA's biggest ops. Man, like, hold on. Let me timestamp this one because this is a Clippington. So, Mackwop brought in Adam22, and he sat down for a very extended amount of time. He sat down with Mackwop. He sat down with Tiny. He sat down with Keem and whomever else was in the building. That's neither here nor there. My biggest gripe with this is as one of the because to me Mac is the official DJ of TDE. You haven't seen your camp ever go to that platform. You've never seen, or excuse me, you have seen what that platform bred, right? You've seen FMW rise from the ashes. You've watched a man who at one point, Adam22 was a staple, right? Because he was doing something that nobody else was doing. He was very innovative, and at the time, I did listen and watch No Jumper podcast because I felt like he was a great place to find unsung talent. Lil Uzi, Triple X, you name it. Those that early 2016, 2017, like that bag of rappers was going over there. And while it was cool, it my bad, y'all. And while it was cool to have a platform for that SoundCloud era rapper, his true colors began to show. He became more of a mess page. And at that point, I had fallen off. Like, I didn't even know AD, T-Rail, Duno, Smack. Like, I didn't even know them guys was even working over there until they left. And then I picked up on their content, and I've watched just how diabolical that man was in having such great talent over there. Like, I remember House Phone's early stuff, and I remember a lot of those guys that are now popping on their own were over there. So you've seen this man essentially come through and become a cancer to the culture. I mean, right now, he's trying to become a gang task force, if you will. Like, he got Whack on the show. He got Brick Baby. He got 4 extras in and out of there. He had Crip Mac. Like, everything he does, he wants to be affiliated with a gang. And so for Mac, it's like, damn, homie, like you went and got the ops. Like my real question is where does the loyalty lie in content? Right? So like for me, Sensei, right? Let's say Sensei got an op. And I'm never going to get the op and bring them to the platform. Like I'm never going to get like any person that's like not welcome around my homies to come sit down with me. Like that shit is out of pocket. But then on the other hand, it's like, okay, when you consider it all content and you like shit, I gotta get my shit off. Like I'm finna go get the number one nasty nigga. Like I'm finna go get him and tell him to come through. Let's have a conversation. Like let's do what it do. But even when you do that, right? At what point as a content creator do we look ourselves in the mirror and say, damn, we hoeing ourselves out for content? Or we're letting someone come in and basically control what we should already have control over. Adam22 isn't hip hop, right? Adam22 isn't bred from this culture, right? He's a BMX guy. Let's start with that. He's a BMX guy who wants to get into gang politics, who wants to be into what is moving and shaking on the West Coast, but you basically shot yourself in the foot when you let the cream of the crop get out the door. No disrespect to House Phone and all of those guys that were in that first and early regime. When FMW came in, they crushed the buildings. And so like Pun was saying, he was either back on Fig or shame on you. He basically was like, yo, he basically showing niggas like, I can get around your homies. I don't have to be near you. I can talk shit about you, your kids, the whole thing. But I can get around your homies. And for Mac, like I get the psycho shit. So I get the, oh, yeah, I'm a goddamn go get the odd nigga out, bring him over here, and I'm gonna create content because it's all content. At the end of the day, it's not all content. Because now, if I feel like you the ops, or in the case of T-Rail, if I feel like you don't fuck with me or you don't fuck with my wife and you don't fuck with like what we got going on over here, and I weaponize the rest of this conglomerate that I have over here, now the people are going to step off of you. Now you're going to be no jumper too. Instead of aligning yourself with what is the culture. Right? So when we talk about the culture, right? The culture. What moves the world? What shakes shit up? Like the forefront in media, the most interesting shit in media right now is those that keep it true. While the title of the episode is 5 Awards in a Canadian Tuxedo, understand what we're doing here. Understand what's going on here. It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. Remember that. All in all, I don't want to see the Apollo kind of fall off of that umbrella. And shout outs to TF not even being there. TF, one of the greatest rappers on the West Coast right now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm standing on. But shout outs to TF not being there. Shout outs to Keem for getting up and walking off. Just nasty. Nasty work from the Apollo. Define culture, my nigga Mo in the chat. Let me give you one of these, Mo.
Nigga, boom.
Woo! Hold on, let me turn it up so I can hear my sound bar. I like to be able to hear it one more time.
Nigga, boom.
Ooh, culture. How would I define culture? Culture to me is whatever we walk in, right? So for me, my culture is hip hop. My culture is what's the word I'm looking for? My culture is what defines me as a person. What defines how I look? What defines the hat that I pick, the glasses that I pick, the shirt I wear, my jewelry choices, my hairstyles, my life choices, my all of that. That's culture. Culture is what you breathe. Culture is when I walk in the room, that's hip hop. You can see that. He was born in that. He from that. That's culture. Like Dot said it in accepting one of the speeches. He was like, not that. It was, this thing of ours, culture side of it. This culture, hip hop, is the greatest force in the world. It's the biggest force in the world. You know what I mean? But that's culture. Culture is whatever what I exude, who I am. Down to the way that I walk. Your walk is a part of your culture because you picking that up. You picking up that bounce. You picking up that, you know what I mean? Shoes. What's the big old deal? What's this timing? It does vary from person to person. Because everybody picks up different pieces of the culture. Everybody picks up different elements. So let's use this for example. Southern culture and East Coast culture, right? Let's just choose those two. And I can use these two because I've lived in both spectrums of this. Like I understand those two, right? So I'm born in the South. So initially I'm moved by that bounce. I'm moved by that wave. I'm moved by the way that music is hitting. Right? But for a lot of my East Coast counterparts, first thing they notice is words. It's, what he's saying, how he, woo, 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 woo. You know what I mean? You do a lot of walking when you live in New York, New Jersey, right? Tri-state area. They do a lot of walking. In the South, I'm riding. If that music ain't hitting in my car right, we don't need that. That ain't it. That ain't it. Hood Saviors in the motherfucking chat. Let me lick a shot for Hood Saviors.